Hey everybody, it is me again. This is Tiffany with Tack Makeup Playground now. I did change it to match my Instagram profile, so I'm a little bit easier to find. I had some people kind of inquiring, so just felt like jumping back in before I got too scared to do it. I do talk with my hands, so if you see movement down here, um, it's just me. I am trying a little bit of a different setup to see if it works, and I know you can kind of see a little peek through. I think the up down might work better for me because I can also look at my camera that way and feel like I'm making eye contact with people that way instead of looking at myself and talking to myself. I just don't really like this setup much, I don't think, but we're gonna try it today. You guys can let me know what you think. So anyway, I want to welcome anyone that is new, which most people will be new because this is just gonna be my second video. And then thank you for coming back if you are back again. I really appreciate it. My husband keeps asking me every day, are you going to do a video today? Are you going to do a video today? Are you going to do a video today? And I was just like, well, I was going to do one a week, but I guess I can do another one maybe. So here I am. I tend to do a lot of collabs on Instagram. So there's a lot of open collabs that people have out there. So I've already gone in and done some of my base stuff. I'll get started here. I did go in with my Nomad spray, as I always do, to get started. And then also my, I think it's Young Sun Wool, essential mule cream for my primer base. It's what gives me the glow. And then I'm going to go ahead. I did go in with my Ritual Defee concealer as well. So under my eyes, I did not sleep well last night. Again, I don't know. I'm just not a person that sleeps well. Lots of pain due to medical stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Cushion Foundation, which I absolutely love. It does give me a really nice glow. It's also got SPF, I think it's 50 in it. I'll turn over here and check and see. And I do have a mirror down here. So if you see me looking away, I also have a handheld mirror that I'll probably pull out and use. But we're gonna go ahead and do my collab look for it is Zeitzam Schminken and Violetta B73 on Instagram. They do a collab. I think it's every 2 weeks. It's based on a theme, and then they generally will throw in either some specific colors. It's kind of like a random draw thing, I think, that they do. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it ends up being something where you end up with a theme. This week, or this time around, it is Easter pastel with gold glitter and white glitter. Now, I don't do glitters. I just, with my eye sensitivity and eye issues, glitters scare me. I would love to find some glitters. I'm thinking about trying the Mandy palette, glitter palette that she has with Mandy makeup. That one seems to be the one that I am most probably inclined to get, just because I absolutely love my candy paint palette from her. So I will probably look into getting that. And then also going on with my Fenty contour stick in the soft, I believe it's soft amber. Yeah, I've been having a lot of problems with my eyes the last couple days. So I am going to the eye doctor next week to get that looked at. Just because I've had a lot of medication changes in the last couple of months with some new diagnoses and things like that. So constantly evolving. If anybody out there, well, lots of you out there have autoimmune issues, seems to be a constant revolving door of changes and issues and updates and medical things and anytime you get sick, it seems to alter something in your body to make things all new again. All new again. Yeah, keeps you in the medical world, keeps those doctors paid. At least in the United States. Yeah, definitely keep those doctors paid. Sorry, I'm trying to grab my bronzer here. Some bronzer, going in with the RMS Beauty Cream Bronzer. Again, I have tried other bronzers. I've got other bronzers over here. I probably should try them one of these days. Maybe you guys have some suggestions on doing the powder thing. I'm not fantastic at it. Wow, I really kicked that on right there, didn't I? I'll use my sponge a little bit and kind of smoosh it out. But I don't know. I always end up getting way too much, and then I can't seem to get the powder bronzers mashed out. But maybe it's just the kinds that I've tried. I've gotten a few from Ice Cream Beauty Box, which today got the notification on that it is pick day. So if you are subscribed to Ice Cream Beauty Box, go ahead and jump into your email, make sure that you can make your selection. It's eye base, and then so you can pick a set of, I think it's pink, orange, and yellow, or blue, green, and purple, or you can pay the extra $6 to get both sets. So I opted to do both sets this time just because I think I want to try out some different eye bases. I do have a lot of the, or some of the About Face matte things over here that I don't use them very often, so I probably shouldn't have made the extra purchase, but I figured for $6, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Ulta blush here, and I think I'm going to go with Petal Blossom, since we're going to be doing an Eastery look here. Find the right brush. I just cleaned my brushes. Not cleaned. So I do, after every time I do my makeup, I do like a spot clean with my IsoClean treatment, which is this stuff, and I just order it online from the brand. It ships to me from, I think it's from the UK, and so I've got some brushes from them. I've got the cleaner from them, and then this looks filthy. It is clean. It just came out of the wash, but it's stained. So these rags that I will dust my brush off on. So if you see me using the same brush over and over and over to do an eye look, it's because I've sat here and cleaned it off, and then I will put that back on my face basically. So again, blush draping. I had some stuff that I wanted to kind of talk about today, but I don't know. I don't know how serious of conversations I want to get into quite yet. I tend to have a lot of thoughts ramble through my head about things, and during the day, and I just don't have anybody to talk to about them. My cat gets kind of bored listening to me, so just kidding. I mean, she probably does get sick of me, but I think I might add a little of the love potion in. It's not, this looks really intense. It's not super intense. It's and I can't even really describe the color, but it gives it a nice little shine. Add a little bit of shine in there. So just a little bit more color there. All right, and so for today, I did pick out Cosmic Brushes palettes to use. We're going to use Serenity and Delicious Delights for the eye look, since it is a pastel look, and go in with that. So I am going to go in with the last little remnants of my Gerard Cosmetics white eye base. I do have another one around here somewhere. I think that's a white one that's full. I think I have a new one around here. I like to work with white when I'm doing pastels. just to make the intensity a little bit more, well, make it more intense, obviously. That would be the word, the way to say that. Just seems to give it more of a pop, which you guys probably all know already. Not telling you anything you don't know. So we'll go in with that. And I do have a lot of random, I don't know if you guys want to know exactly what brushes I'm using for everything. These are just random. This is just a MSQ brush that I got off of Amazon back in the day when I used to watch Nikki Raven when she was doing her channel. I asked her one time, I'm like, what brushes do you use? Like, I just need something inexpensive that's good. She's like, MSQ brushes. I thought, okay. So I ordered some and they were decent. They're decent. I don't use a lot of them anymore because I've kind of expanded. This isn't, well, I don't even know. I think this might be a Mary Kay brush. Yeah, Mary Kay. Yeah. So that's a story. Okay. Not that anybody ever talks about that brand. I don't know if that's like a taboo thing. I don't know. New to this whole makeup world thing, but nobody seems to talk about good old Mary Kay. I did attempt to do Mary Kay for a while. Didn't do too bad at it. I know most people lose money going into those type of things unless they're in it for a while or really know what they're doing. I actually did pretty well at it for the short amount of time I was in it, but I was also working full-time, having a lot of health problems. Did go to one of their conferences down in Texas. First, only time I've actually been to Texas aside from going through an airport down there. So I'm just going in with the white from Delicious Delights right there, just to kind of give it a little zing there in the corner. So I went down for one of their conferences, which back when I was super duper religious was great. It was great. I was like totally into it. And then I had a horrible sinus infection when we went down, and we were only there. We literally drove down. Gonna go in with Minty from the palette now. There. So we drove down, slept in a casino parking lot in, I think, Kansas City along the way. And then got down there, got to the hotel, got dressed, went to a full day of doing stuff, slept in the hotel, I think. I'm trying to remember exactly how it was because it in my head it's all kind of scrambled. My memory isn't super fantastic, but I don't know. I met some really great people. It got me all fired up, super excited about doing it, and then got home, did pretty good at it, and then they changed their eyeshadow formula. And I had a horrible reaction to it, and I was having health issues anyways, so I had to quit. And it was also about the time that they came out with, I'm also going in with Zesty from the palette there. And so I had to quit using their eyeshadow, which, what do you do? What do you do? If you can't use the stuff, you can't sell the stuff, right? Exactly. So then I tried their actual foundation. I was like, okay, so, because they had their CC cream. I was okay with that, although I couldn't really find a color that matched me very well. And I was really bad at color matching. Still am. Don't know what color I don't know what to call. I don't know if my skin is dry. I don't know if I like what color. I don't know if I'm cool. I don't know if I'm warm. I don't know any of that, you guys. This is literally just me having fun. And I can kind of tell you why I got into the whole makeup thing. And it'll maybe make me emotional, so I should probably wait until I get a little further on this eye look, because, you know, I tend to spark tears a little bit. So anyway, had a reaction to the foundation, and I think a lot of it might have been the meds that I was on at the time, because like I said, I was sick a lot, had a lot of infections going on. And so I had to quit and get out of it. So then I just kind of got out of the makeup thing, and then I just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And then that's what ended up leading to me having to quit my job. So when I was a child, I was diagnosed with arthritis. So let's go there. I was, I don't know, I think 5 when my parents noticed that things were weird. I wasn't feeling well. My joints were swollen. And we started the path to getting me diagnosed 5 or 6. I can't remember. That was so stinking long ago. I just know that it was rough. It was real rough. I would try to get out of bed and my legs wouldn't straighten. I would fall on my face. And half the time I couldn't. I could walk, just not real well, but I would get myself to school and do my thing, and was never really sick back then, though. That was the interesting thing. Like I didn't get sick, but I just hurt all the time. So finally ended up getting diagnosed when I was about 7 with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis is what they used to call it. Now it's called juvenile idiopathic arthritis. And it's still called that, even though I am 48 years old. I still am considered to have juvenile idiopathic arthritis. So I suppose I should tell you that color. I went in with Serenity palette, and that is Spring that I used there. So that color right there. Aren't these beautiful palettes? Just gorgeous. I would love to get more of the Cosmic Brushes palettes. They're just, I don't know, they're really, really pretty. They came out with a whole bunch of palettes real consecutively. I just couldn't keep up with getting them, so I had to back off, and now I feel like I've kind of missed the train and I can't get back on with them. So I work with what I have, so we just go with it. So this one is Echo from Serenity, so we're gonna go in with Echo there. So I went through years and years and years and years and years of just pain and pain and pain and pain. And then, like I said, 5th grade, I think I said it in my last video, 5th grade, I went into remission, played basketball. That was fantastic. I'll talk more about that maybe another time. And then I'd kick back in. And then the only other times that I've really been in remission are when I was pregnant with both my kiddos. Something about being pregnant and your body working on creating a baby and growing a baby gives your immune system something else to concentrate on instead of your actual body and fighting it and destroying it. So because technically, you know, babies are a foreign thing to your body, so your body actually sits there and tries to kill them off for the longest time until they settle in, and boom, they are set. So once they're set and your body still keeps trying to fight it, and the best I ever felt was my first pregnancy. My second pregnancy, not so much, but that's a whole nother issue too. So all right, now I have to figure out what next to do. What do I want to do next? What do I want to do next? Anyway, I really want to use some pink, so I think we're going to throw some pink in there. And the lights might be too bright. Let me turn that down a little bit. see that? We're doing. I know I'm talking about a lot of personal stuff, so if you guys don't want to hear it, I'm really sorry. Just something to talk about, kind of fill the airspace. I don't have a lot of people around here to talk to. It's kind of by choice. I don't know. I had friends in my first marriage, and then that marriage kind of, you know, fell apart, and then I didn't have friends, and then I just had my kids, and that's all I focused on for the longest time. So, and then I got different friends and got remarried, and then all of those friends have had babies now and kind of moved on to their parenting phase of life, and I've, you know, they've all got littles, and I'm an empty nester now, so I don't have a lot in common with them. I also, you know, do this. They don't do this, so it's just not a lot in common with the people around me. So this pink, which is absolutely gorgeous, is called Marshmallow, and that is from the Delicious Delights palette. I should show you guys. I think all the beauties in there. Yeah, these are so pretty. I don't know. One of these days, I seriously am going to figure out how to do multi-chromes and stuff. How to figure out those shifts. I'd really like to before the new Electrum palette comes out next week, because I think I'm going to order that one. It just looks so beautiful. So beautiful. And I will tell you, I had a thought earlier, and I was going to go on to an actual interesting conversation, and for the life of me, I can't remember it right now. So, all right. Should we go into some purple? I think purple's good. I think we'll do purple next. Which is actually pretty. No, it is different. It is different than that. So, we'll get that in there. So this one is called Make a Wish, and this is from the Serenity palette as well. So I guess we're kind of doing a wonky type of rainbow here for this look, because I still got to figure out how to fit in some. I think we're probably going to end up using the white multi-chromes out of here, and then the gold. So we will get that in here as well. So that is that color right there. And you guys will have to let me know what you think about my backdrops and stuff. So when Joanne Fabrics was getting ready to go out of business, or talking about going out of business, my mom and I decided to try and keep them alive on our own. I don't know. We I went and invested a bunch of money in velvet to make backdrops for the possibility of doing this. And so I've been working on that. It's part of my sewing I've been working on. And I think I have 3 or 4 more panels to make to go back here to have different colors. So I'll try to be switching up the colors here, there, and everywhere, depending on what I'm working on for my looks for the day. If I have a plan going in, I will try and make the background kind of match. Basically, what it does is it covers up. I probably shouldn't even show, but so back there is the rest of my art world. So if I ever get back to painting, that's where it'll probably happen. It's also where I take product shots for my photography. the wreath back there. I made that with leftover flowers from my daughter's wedding. I did all the flowers for her wedding, and her table setups and everything. So yeah, I just enjoy doing crafty stuff and fun stuff, and when I have the time, the energy, the means to be able to do it, it makes me happy. So you just have to do what makes you happy, basically. Take the time to do what makes your soul smile. And that's actually something that I wrote down a while ago. Did a painting on it, and my husband has it hanging out in the garage. I kept trying to get rid of it. He wouldn't let me get rid of it, so he hung it out in the garage for him to have in his man cave. So yeah, take time to do what makes your soul smile. Yep. Yeah, he just loved it. He thought it was fantastic. So I am forgetting to tell you guys what colors I'm using. I'm so sorry. This one is Zesty again. So we're just throwing a little more Zesty on the end here. And throw that on there. That on there. I'm literally just doing stripes today. There's hardly any blending going on. It's just, I want the colors to stand out, kind of be their own thing. And then we'll do the gold and the white. It's not really going to end up being white by the time I get in there, but I chose these palettes specifically because they do have a gold. So the Serenity palette has this actual gold in it, which is gorgeous, and I hardly ever use this palette. I remember when they first released it, and I was like, oh, I need to get that, and it sold out right away. Like, they sell out so fast. And then when it came back on a restock, I missed that one too, and then I ended up ordering it with, I think it was with Delicious Delights, is when I ended up finally getting it. And then I also ended up getting Winter Wonderland and Muse as well. So those are the 4 that I have from Cosmic Brushes. Would love to get more, and my palette is kind of filthy if you can see that. But then there's also the beautiful like multi-chromes that they have that are these white shades that we'll go ahead and use those as well for. But we're gonna put the gold basically just across the lid. I always put the shimmers on the lid, and then I'll do the white also up around under here and around. So and then underneath here, I think I'm gonna go in with, I think we need another color here, so I think I'm gonna go in with Sweetie from this palette, Delicious Delights, and we're gonna put that underneath. All right, and to anyone that does watch this, or anyone that is watching, if you guys have any suggestions or ideas for me, or you know, want me to do any, if there's anything different from other creators that you would like me to do, I will probably end up doing some unboxings, like when I get my ice cream beauty box, when I get new orders in. I don't order a lot of stuff. Some people think I order a lot of stuff, but I don't. I'm pretty picky about what I order, when I order, who I order from. There's a lot of stuff that catches my fancy, and then I have to sit there and think on it and think on it and think on it. And, you know, do I really want to spend my money? Can I really spend my money there? What do I have in my collection that would be the same as that, that I don't actually need to go out and get something else for? So it's kind of kind of what I do. I'll always sit there and think about, okay, what palette do I have that has that color in it or something like that? What in this new palette offers me something that I don't have, you know, it's just a process that I have to go through to kind of determine on my own if it's going to be worth it or not. So I actually think what I'm going to do is, this is going to be a little weird probably. I'm going to go in with Earth on my lid. And then we're going to go in with the gold. Since it is April and Earth Day is this month, which is also the day that my husband adopted my children to give them his last name. It's pretty special day, so we'll do a little bit of this to kind of celebrate that as well. We're a little early, but, and of course one of them is already married out of that name, but that happens. That happens. I know she was torn when she got married about changing her name. Kind of, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that out there as far as getting married and name changes and such? I know it's becoming a little less common for spouses to change their last names. I don't know if it's necessarily even a needed thing anymore, but I know when you have kids, it might be a little confusing maybe to not have. So I know that was the big thing. I when we got married, I had a hard time changing my name because I didn't want to confuse my kids with having a last name that was different and make it hard. But I also know that that's the way the world works with divorce and all that stuff anymore, it seems like. So people get kind of used to it. All right, so there is adding in a little bit of that. All right, so then I am going to go in with the Specular Sparkle and Shimmer Glue Base from Davina again. And I'll try and link stuff again. I know I did it wrong this last time. This last video when I was trying to link stuff. I know I didn't do it the right way. So I will try and do it the right way on this one when I go to put this up. So much to learn with this whole YouTube thing. You know, trying not to swear, that's one. Yeah, I have a huge potty mouth, so trying not to use those words on here so that I don't get in trouble or whatever the case may be, and not to offend anybody. I grew up with swear words for part of my family. All right, going in with Odyssey now, which is that gold from the Serenity palette. So I grew up with swearing. It was just like another word. Like, it's just another word to me. So it's just another way to express my emotions, which may make me sound stupid at times because I don't have the vocabulary necessarily to, but I don't think everybody always needs big words to express themselves. It doesn't necessarily make you smarter. It just makes you capable of retaining big words. And even if I knew the big words at one point in my life, I probably wouldn't be able to spit them out now because I don't retain stuff as well as I used to. So I used to be able to memorize phone numbers and credit card numbers and all sorts of stuff. And now, not so much. Not so much. Used to be able to know all my doctor's phone numbers and even now, if I have them in my phone and they come up, I'm like, who is that? Oh yeah, that doctor. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or rings with a person. I'm like, who's that person? Oh yeah, that's that person. So, all right. And I think we're going to go in with Opal for the white, which really I need to figure out how to show these because they are just spectacular. I don't know if I can get back here and show it, but I should probably swatch it. But we're going to go in with that one for the rest of that lid. And that'll have to be my white glitter because like I said, I don't do glitters. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. I just have never been one to get into those. I know Debbie, she has always been a glitter gal. Love them, loves them, loves them. There's a few people on Instagram that absolutely love them. And I think they look gorgeous. Like Leah, okay, so she, if you guys know Leah Evangelista on Instagram, she does a weekly collab. I don't know how she does it. Every week she's got a new theme, new idea, and she puts everybody's looks together for this huge carousel and kind of a celebration every week. It's fantastic, but she uses so much glitter, and it's so pretty. She's so good at it and so impressive. I just can't. I am dumbfounded when people do that, just in awe. So super impressed, super impressed. All right, well, that doesn't look white at all, but we're gonna go with that. And then a little bit up here, because I always like that sparkly kind of shine up around there. And I think what we're gonna do is also pull out so that's what I'm gonna go with for the eye look. And then I need a highlighter today. I think I need a highlighter. So we're gonna go in with the Cosmic Brushes Frosting Palette. I'll show you that here in a second. Kind of brush. All right. So that is frosting palette, and mine is Filthy. It is so pretty. So there is this green apple. I think this is cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon swirl and blueberry muffin. Blueberry muffin is my most loved one because it shows up the best on me. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of that. The cinnamon swirl is a little dark for me, just because I am pretty pale. I've got some weird skin stuff. I don't have lupus per se, but I do have a form of skin lupus. Again, autoimmune, gotta love it. All the different things that you can get from it. All right, so let's go with that. And then I think we're gonna go in with, yeah, I'd pulled this one out earlier. So LA Girl Shockwave eyeliner in, see if I can actually read this. So this one's called Fresh. So I'm gonna put that in the waterline. Sorry if this grosses anybody out. I know when I watch other people do it, I'm like, ooh, ugh. So, sorry. I do apologize. We'll get in there and do that. And I think I need something else here. I think what we might do, I'm trying not to totally butcher this look. So a lot of the times what I'll do is I will take, if I can find my brush, think these are supposed to be eyebrow brushes. I don't use them that way. So I will take this is water now. It's not setting spray anymore. So I will take a darker color from my palette. So I'll just kind of pick a color in here. So I'll probably go with this one, which is Forest. And then I'll spray. We'll spray that. And then I will go in and do a liner with that. I do that a lot instead of using like a liquid liner or a gel liner. And unfortunately, it did what I didn't want it to do, is that. So we have a powder mess on our face. So we will try and fix that. I'll probably have to go in with concealer again and fix that up a little bit. But generally spraying it doesn't tend to happen. But such is life. So we'll smack that off there a little bit. So we'll go in and do that. So yeah, it just gives like a little pop of color, yet liner, so it's there. I don't know, it's just a technique that I enjoy, but probably should have done my eyes before I did my face on this one, because then you don't have to worry about getting the shadow everywhere. I know they make shadow guards. I think, is it Beauty Moon Creations? They just came out with shadow guards. And I could probably just hold a paper towel or something up to my face, but I don't know. I just deal with it. I'll just go in. It'll just add a little something extra to my look when I do pictures. We'll just even it out over here. How's that sound? There we go. That's good enough. Still a little blue, but we're good. All right, so we'll go in with some lash primer. So again, this is the Ulta lash primer, and I am way over the time from what I was last time. So I was gonna try and go shorter and get all that other stuff done beforehand, but that did not work out. All right, so we'll do that. And then as far as lips go, I think what I might do is, I think we're gonna line the lip in kind of a pink color, and then I'm gonna go in with the, oh, here, we'll show you. So this is an e.l.f. They don't have names, color names on them. I know it's an e.l.f. lip liner. I don't know why they don't have names on them, but they're only like $2, so whatever. I'm not gonna complain. They have names on the website, but I'm not gonna pull that up right now. So all right, not perfect on the lip, close enough. So this is one of the Colourpop matte lipsticks. I just wanted to try one, so I got the purple. Because why not? I can't tell you wear time on anything as far as lips go, because again, as soon as I'm done with this and I take some pictures, I will wipe it off. Just not a lipstick fan. It took me a while. It's super sticky. It's pretty, but it's super sticky. I'm not a huge fan. I like the color, so that's the problem. But then I'm also gonna go in with my Black Moon here. And do a little bit of I don't think it's necessarily an ombre look, but a little something. Kind of edge this out. I do keep some cheaper brushes around just for kind of dusting out the edges to make them, because my lips are not even, my face is not even. I had it pointed out to me that my face is lopsided and I look like a stroke victim. Joke's on them. I am. So I had a minor stroke when I was 18. Joys of birth control. So when somebody just tried to try and insult me with that, I was like, whatever. You go ahead and throw your nasty insults out, because you obviously have nothing better to do with your life, and your life must be sad to have to do that. Just my take on things, but all right, so we're gonna go with that, and then I am gonna go in with Mandy makeup, and this is the lip gloss Smink. Just to give it some sparkle. And it's a little more forgiving when you have the lip gloss on over the matte. So there's that. So I just have mascara left to do, which we'll get that on, and then I'll be done. I will shut up and get off of here so you guys can go. For anybody that actually stuck around to the end of this, thank you. This was a weird one. For some reason, I was more nervous today than I was on my first one. I don't know why. I was actually blushing and kind of shaking before I started on this one today, so it was very strange, because the first one I just kind of sat down, did it, was like, yeah, I did it. I was so happy, nice and accomplished. And then today I was like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do another one. And I went to sit down and I was just like, what am I doing? This is no, you don't do this. This is just weird. So if anybody else has experienced that, doing this, feeling absolutely questionable about your choices in life and what you're doing and doing YouTube, and feeling scared and vulnerable and worried about putting yourself out here, let me know, because this is definitely not something I ever thought I would do in my life. Definitely more stuff to talk about in another video. Especially anybody that knew me in high school, which most people didn't know me in high school. Oh, look at that. See, I blipped. I'll get that fixed, and then we'll get some pictures taken and get it up on Instagram. And these will be up on Instagram before this video goes up, because I have a feeling I may not even put this video up. So anyway, for those of you that did join me on this journey today, thank you so much. Just, if you liked today's video, if you liked it, go ahead and click like, subscribe, and share if you would like to. Go ahead and hit the notification bell for be notified anytime I post a new video. If you have any recommendations, any questions, anything that you have, just go ahead and leave a comment. I'm here for anything. I will try and get back to everybody as much as I can. I am all new with this, so please bear with me on it. And again, just be nice, show love, show respect, be kind. It's a rough world out here, so we all need some love. So take care, and we will see you again.